Here's the thing. In my life, I have recognized that I have a little bit of something I have come to call musical pretension. And that is to say that I have very frequently in my life turned my nose up to music that I didn't think matched my certain brand of aesthetic. Whatever that might have been at the time, that's just the case. And largely speaking, pop music has been the brunt of that pretension. With that said, I'm investigating pop artists that are just so big that for whatever reason I have not heard them, whether I ignored them because they were so big by the fact itself that they were so big. Very often I just didn't listen to people. I'm sure there are probably Madonna songs that I have heard along the course of my life. I am also sure, other than perhaps the song Like a Virgin, or Stuck on You, or no, Hung Up, that's the song. Hung Up. Other than those songs, I do not think I could tell you a Madonna song. So I feel like she's kind of a pop icon, the likes of which everybody has probably heard. I don't know if she's an icon who makes banger albums, though. Guys, if you are in the chat, have you heard this album before? I'm very interested. Also, what is your impression of Madonna? I'm not asking this question to be incendiary. I'm saying I truly don't know much about Madonna. I've absolutely never gone out of my way to listen to the whole thing. Ray of Light reminds me of Bar and Bat Mitzvahs. Oh, okay. So some people have heard it. People that have heard it love it. I've heard songs, but not the whole album. I've heard the song Ray of Light, and she may be satanic. Okay. I know that she apparently kissed Britt and Christina, right? Like that was Madonna, right? Like the passing of the torch from her to them was like some kisses on the lips, I think. I could be wrong, but I think that happened when I was in puberty, so it mattered to me a lot more as a child than it does now. But yeah, I mean, truly, these are very surface level, very superficial, and honestly more Hollywood than the artist knowledge. So yeah, frankly, I feel like maybe the artist Madonna might have something to say, and maybe there's a reason I know her name and don't know her music. That's what I'm here to find out. Guys, I'm going to check out Madonna. I'm very thankful that you decided to check her out with me. Before I hit the play button on this thing, it's very important to me that you know that you are awesome, that you are valuable, that you are important, that you matter, that you are deserving of love, and that I am abundantly grateful for even a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button. It goes a long way to help me out. If you really like what you see, leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. Or join us on Twitch. These people over here are the best people. Come hang out with us. Come discover music with us. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Arizona time. We would love to have you by. And guys, before I hit play one last time, if you are listening to this album with me for the first time, let me know. A lot of people don't believe that what we do here is true music discovery, so I like to call attention to the fact that a lot of people discover music here for the first time right alongside of me. Again, it's not just a listen along party, it's a discover party. So, guys, without further ado, this is Ray of Light by Madonna. Opening up with Drowned World, Substitute for Love. Here we go. And if anybody knows anything about her composition process, let me know. You don't think she wrote most of her stuff?
You see?
What was that noise?
The shoe.
So this... that...
traded fame for love without a second thought.
Whoa, it's kind of out of nowhere. This is her pick involving the turn in her style of music from straight hip hop to down-tempo pop electronic. Okay. And welcome to the Rooskies, Joe Tape.
I traded fame for love without a second thought. It all became a silly game. Some things cannot be bought.
Very ethereal and kind of mustard of time here.
Wanted it so badly, running, rushing back for more. I suffered fools so gladly.
Immediately, when I'm looking at pop lyricism, you know, last week we hopped in and I felt like some of it was like definitely business manufactured. With this, I find this kind of feeling a bit more eloquent, even if it is business manufactured, right? Following failed sessions with Babyface and Patrick Leonard, Madonna pursued a new musical direction with English producer William Orbit, which resulted in a much more experimental sound. No doubt. This is not at all what I thought Madonna was going to sound like. The recording process was the longest of Madonna's career, and she experienced problems with Orbit's hardware arrangement, which would break down and cause delays until it could be repaired. Okay. She started as a drummer in a band in like 1979. Oh, that's kind of lit.
Suffered fools so gladly.
Yo, Joe, thank you for the prime. I like it's elevating here.
I find I've changed my mind.
They're definitely playing with the stereo soundscape here.
The face of you, my substitute for love, my substitute for love.
This is mega 90s coded.
Should I wait for you, my substitute for love, my substitute for love?
This low bass sound. The reverse guitar lead.
Traveled round
How old is Madonna when she's done this
the
album?
world looking for a home. I found myself in crowded rooms, feeling so alone. I had so many lovers
40?
who settled for the thrill, basking in my spotlight.
The drum sounds are so stereo panned. Very nice.
Feeling so alone. I had so many lovers who settled for the thrill, basking
That.
in my spotlight. I never felt so happy. The face of
Oh.
you, my substitute for love.
You like this guitar
Substitute
sound?
for love. Should I wait for you, my substitute for love, my substitute for love?
These guitar sound, or the drum sounds.
Famous faces, far off places, trinkets I can't
Not crazy about this bridge.
No handsome stranger, heady danger, drug that I can try. No Ferris wheel, no heart to steal, no laughter in the dark. No one night stand, no far off land, no fire that I can spark.
This is certainly not at all what I thought Madonna was going to sound like not even a little bit.
Face of you, my substitute for love, my substitute for love.
The face of you, my substitute for love. Do you find that that's maybe a comment on like the image, like being in love with the idea or the image of being with that person, like while you're kind of drowning in the relationship? That's kind of what I'm picking up here, but I could be totally wrong. But there's a delay to the drum machine sound, and that's why it's cool, Kid Sans. I think what you're hearing is like they've got these actual kind of gated reverbs and delays happening on them. So you get these kind of cool... It almost gives it a little bit of an 8-bit vibe, but like not quite the full-bore 8-bit thing.
Should I wait for you, my substitute for love, my substitute for love?
You see?
You see? I like that they're kind of playing with this like analog sound, but digital noise.
Now I find I've changed my mind. This is my religion.
So, interestingly enough, the end of that makes me think that this wasn't about romance whatsoever so much as her focus of faith, right? I definitely got a little bit of like a krautrock element kind of vibe from this. And honestly, you say Bowie, and Bowie's Low comes to mind very minimally, right? Like it doesn't have the polyrhythmic thing necessarily, but it's got that ethereal soundscapey thing happening with the drum sounds. And also these kind like the stereo soundscape there was really, really interesting. It's like one of those things where I feel like Madonna definitely had like people do that for her. And I don't know why I think any more or less of an artist that doesn't do that themselves. And I don't hear something I'm not saying. It's not like I'm dunking on Madonna, the artist, because other artists made the sounds for her, right? She was the lyricist, or partially. She was the vocalist. But I think I would just be more impressed if she made the sounds herself, too. Or as a part of a band, and maybe there is a collaborative nature that I'm totally missing. But I think right now, every album I've listened to along the way of the pop journey, my criticism or concern comes from, did they make the music themselves, or was the music given to them at the same time as a team of songwriters? Vision holder is a real thing. Okay. Love the spaghetti western guitar sounds here. Never mind, this isn't spaghetti western at all. Love hearing guitars. What does Lady even really look like?
Put your head on my shoulder, baby. Things can't get any worse. Night is getting colder. Sometimes life feels like it's a curse. I can't carry these sins on my back. Don't wanna carry anymore.
I like this a lot. Going Optimal, you probably have something to say here. I'm actually... You know what would answer a lot for me in regards to Madonna, which I'm only connecting because of Going Optimal's comment here. My understanding of Madonna's creative freedom, I think, would answer a lot for me. So let's assume that unless we have a circumstantial understanding of what that creative freedom is, let's refrain from dunking or nose turning. And I'm saying this out loud for me, not any of you guys. I'm the douchebag that does that. Trip hop, Portishead. This is bringing me minimally to that in the soundscapey elements without feeling like it's a really cool way to be sad. Whoa!
Comets flying across the sky while the churches burn their preachers.
In fairness, there's a lot of teachers doing the same thing. That line goes so ridiculously hard. Not at all what I expected here in a pop album. I'm gonna be honest. I really have a bit more respect for Madonna, kind of feeling like she's just ballsy, like she's got the chutzpah to just come out and say something like that, though.
Swim to the ocean.
Could not do that today.
Children killing children while the students rape their teachers.
And the soundscape stuff. Ba-bow.
Flying across the sky while the churches burn their preachers. We can't carry these sins on our back. Don't wanna carry anymore.
The guitar stuff
This train of the
kind of has a Radiohead guitar sound vibe to it. That sax at horns? I like this song. The drums, dude. Those oscillating synth sounds that come in are, and then you just get this guitar sound. A lot of layers in this. The sound, you had multiple versions of her voice left and right ear. Headphone listeners, identify yourselves and let me know. You hear what I'm talking about? This is kind of a more rocky vibe than I'd anticipated for Madonna to sound. Her voice, that like she's just... I love that sound of what she does. The vibrato. Does Madonna play other instruments besides the drums?
Swim to
You say that she's like the master of reinvention. Is she like a Bowie kind of figure? They wouldn't say Bowie is pop. And perhaps it's coming from a place of ignorance, but I don't know that this necessarily sounds like 90s pop itself either. Actually, very good nugget there, Benji. Bowie was way less excellent? This requires investigation. Referred to as the Queen of Pop, she has been recognized for her continual reinvention and versatility in music production, songwriting, and visual presentation. Madonna's works, which incorporate social, political, sexual, and religious themes, have generated both controversy and critical acclaim. I could believe that. Bowie, but more in terms of persona than musicality. Okay, that's a fair answer. Feels molluskish in its odd instrumentation and a lot of underwater vibes. You know, funnily enough, the underwater vibes, I would say that this has a very, very, very wet sound, but it's like not because of water. It's because of the amount of modulation that happens on the instrumentation, right? But I also think that that's part of what makes the ethereal nature of the whole thing, right? Like you have these very washed out reverby things. You have this huge self-oscillating sound, but you know, of the instrumentation where it's like the sound of it, the instrument is getting in its own way in a repeating context. I love Madonna with all my soul, but she's not better than Bowie IMO. This isn't obviously that wasn't brought up to say who's better, who's worse, so much as just the question of, to me, the reinventor, such as it is, has kind of been like Bowie. Maybe Zappa gets an argument. Bob Dylan, reinventor. Bowie and Bob, I'd say, probably get that vote from me. But Madonna's completely wildly unexplored territory. But for people to keep saying this has got me kind of asking that question. And this is apparently the song that's got people saying is like the huge song. It's not even the biggest on the album, second biggest on the album, but the title track. So let's check it out. You hear these synths coming in? I love this clean guitar sound. Feel like we're gonna get a drop. Wasn't the kind of drop I thought was gonna happen. I really saw this going a different direction. So this reminds my wife of bar and bop mitzvahs. Dun 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 dun. So it's kind of like a two-chord thing, honestly. As busy as it sounds, bum 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 bum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Kind of a a polymeter thing? Is that, am I correct in that? Not polyrhythm, polymeter, right? The guitar sounds. It's like she's being a little Bono-y. You know what I mean? But she's like not quite as present as Bono is in his like, but it feels like Madonna is doing a little bit of a Bono thing to pop music. And the arpeggiation of these synths is kind of... The drums.
Faster than the speeding light, she's flying, trying to remember where it all began. She's got herself a little piece of heaven, waiting for the time when Earth
I feel like this sounds like it would have been an American Pie or something. '90s pop is way better. This. This is a banger, dude. Wait. That. Welcome to the Rooskies.
Zephyr in the sky at night, I wonder, do my tears of morning sing
It's dynamic.
song? She's got herself a
And there's a build-up coming.
mask on clear
You hear the synths in the back lifting up?
thunder, threatens
Drums. Drum. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. That was this is pop music I can get behind, I think. I'm literally sitting here trying to keep myself from enjoying it too much. This is good. Even if the musician, like, I don't know who produced this, but she's doing a great job by leaning into the production. The dynamics of this, nice. Let your hair down. I didn't do the up to today. Kind of wobbles us. Even the crazy noises in the soundscape. Dude. This that goes from left to right here. These are sounds that teach people in their primitive music years what stereo sounds are. This is the kind of music that if you have a person who has even a decent ear, you're gonna find out if they hear this in headphones. Like in the earliest days of Walkman headphone stereo recording, or being in a car or around a good sound system, this is absolutely one of those albums that teach people what stereo sound is. More of a William Orbit than a Madonna fan. I don't know. This is dope, though. This would have been a Windows 98 commercial. The roar. Hand up! I did not know she was capable of that. Yes. This bangs, dude. They did this in 1998. Her vocals, I can't not. The music is just good. To say Madonna's artistry is even in consideration for being less authentic is wild, IMO. And this is exactly why we are doing this. I do not step into music to say, you know what? That's just bad because it just is, right? And it occurs to me that that's what I've been doing with pop music. And while not everything has been, designed for me that we've listened to so far, this has been the best chunk of pop I've listened to on the journey so far, I think. I don't know. Again, I'm not sitting here thinking like, oh, I really want to like Madonna. Like, that definitely didn't go through my mind. In fact, I was pretty sure that I was gonna like try to have to find things to appreciate about it, but this has just been easy to appreciate. This is just good music. It's upbeat. It's honestly written really, really, really well. The lyricism complements the editing. Better than Billie Jean. I'm not going song for song. I think I like the vibe. It's different editing. It's different kinds of music. This in general would be a little bit easier for me to listen to than Billie Jean, I think. But I'd also heard Billie Jean so many times before coming up to that album, whereas I'd never heard this. So having a first time listen compared to, a revisit, you can't necessarily compare those. Madonna's lit, dude. At least 3 songs in, Madonna is a whole vibe. Gotta do an ad. I'll be right back. All right, guys. Madonna rips. So actually, I shouldn't say that. I'll say Madonna bangs. I don't know if Madonna rips yet, but I will say through 3 songs, I am 66% positive on Madonna. Almost said Nirvana, but I did say Madonna. She was a trendsetter and broke down walls. Madonna def bangs. They call them fingers, but I never see them fing. There they go. Guys, round up. 67%. Nerdonna. Yeah, guys. Let me ask you this though. Do you those of you that are listening along for the first time, A, why didn't you listen to Madonna ahead of time? Was it similar to me where you kind of come from a place of musical pretension? And B, what do you think so far? Is it what you thought it'd be? Because it's truly not what I thought. And the next song is Candy Perfume Girl. Do it, Going Optimal. Freaking do it, dude. This is going left to right ear immediately. I want you to notice that. Bum, 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 bum. Almost as if it's taking a stair step or steps through your brain. Ooh. Whoa. Madonna? All right.
Young velvet porcelain boy, devour me when you're with me. Bluish window seas speak delicious fires.
She's kind of.
Your candy perfume girl.
She's got a little bit of a postmodern kind of writing thing going for her. Young velvet porcelain boy. Like, and that's such a contrast, right? Because velvet and porcelain, not the same at all. Like, one is kind of like really smooth and almost, kind of fragile. The other one is real fuzzy and kind of gritty. Devour me when you're with me. Bluish window seas speak delicious fires. It's like it's abstract in a way, but also I feel like abstract and that it wants you to come up with your own meaning of something.
Speak delicious fire.
Or in a use that Madonna is currently using her voice as instrument and not necessarily as talk box.
I'm your candy perfume girl. Your candy perfume girl.
Oh.
Warm desire. Fly to me.
These like crushed drum sounds.
Candy perfume girl. You candy perfume girl. Candy perfume girl.
The editing is amazing. But I could understand entirely how Sonic Youth would cover a Madonna song now hearing this song. It makes some sense to me. I did not know that they were such big fans. I definitely think you're hearing synths here.
Rush me, ghost
That acoustic sound.
every sentence, my home. Fever, steam girl, throb the oceans. You candy perfume girl.
Dude.
You candy perfume girl.
It sounds like a dial tone that's being kind of used there in the back. Shout out to the Lady Rooski. I love you back. I married a friggin' Betty, dude. I didn't think he was gonna do that. What the little transition thing and then Bob. What? A little Beatlesy interlude? It had like a little bit of like a Strawberry Fields kind of thing there, right? And then bam, just getting hit in the face with like 90s sound. But I don't even know what to, that did I lie? Like the instrumentation. finding I'm not sure what to do with the lyrics here. The crunchy, fuzzy guitar there. The kind of spacey sounds here that are whirring out. It just does so many different things than I'd anticipated. The farty sound, like the farty computer sounds there that kind of wobble are kind of nuts. I have no idea what this song might have been about, but it was kind of just a fun one. It was like Pop Goes Brown, though. Yes, exact kid sans. You say chocolate and cheese. The ween, 100%. This song kind of had like a ween from like the album Quebec vibe to it a little bit. You know, I don't necessarily know if I think chocolate and cheese, maybe I would say the Quebec sound more than chocolate and cheese, but I never in a moment thought I would say Madonna. I really thought I was going to hear like a 90s, like, or like I don't know, like an 80s Britney Spears that was kind of just trying to make it happen in the 90s. I really thought that that's what I was going to end up with. I didn't think I was going to end up with somebody kind of so like lyrically dynamic. You know, she's not just singing easy pop stuff to relate to. She's singing it in an abstract, and that's not at all what pop stars get to do anymore. Not too many of them get away with it at any rate, which I think is why like artists like Magdalena Bay really stood out to me, because you hear that hyper pop sound, but then you kind of see this like abstract, fun, exciting prog rock inspired thing happening with pop sounds. And in a lot of ways, I'm feeling like pop is more of a collection of sound textures than it is a genre in and of itself. But I also don't know that I think that entirely too, because this sounds very different. It feels like pop, but I almost wonder if maybe Madonna is what makes it pop and not necessarily the album is what makes it pop. But then that kind of throws a whole wrench into my idea here. Hey, yo, Patsy, thanks for hanging out. You have the best one. Candy Perfume Girl, not my favorite on the album. Not a bad song. Really cool. Very dynamic. Again, it just wasn't my favorite.
Do I know you from somewhere?
Whoa. Skin.
Do you leave me wanting more? Why do all the things I say sound like the stupid things I've said before?
Why do all the things I say sound like the stupid things I've said before? Wow. Really wrestling with one's own originality.
Put your hand on my skin. Put your hand on my skin. Put your hand on my skin.
What's happening? Her voice.
Kiss me.
This.
Your hand on my skin.
You hear the drum in the back? Kind of has like a Danny Carey from Tool kind of vibe. That.
Your hand on my skin. Put your hand on my skin.
Kiss me, I'm dying.
Whoa.
Put your hand on my skin. I close my eyes. I need to make a connection.
Wow. This is way deeper than you would think this song would be.
I close my eyes. I close my eyes.
You hear the ripping dan, 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 guitar thing followed by this kind of kind of thing happening on her voice.
Walking on a thin line. I close my eyes.
Right there.
I close my eyes. Do I know you from somewhere? Why do you leave me?
The drums are continuously panning. It has a krautrock vibe for sure.
The things I say sound like the stupid things I said before. Touch me, I'm trying to see inside of your soul.
It's like they throw in kind of Middle Eastern market noises too.
Touch me, I'm trying
You hear that?
see inside of your soul. I've got this thing.
There it is again.
I'm not like this all the time. You've got this thing.
There's the guitar
Got
bit.
this thing. Do I know you from somewhere?
Almost feels like in that moment she's doing like an Ann Wilson kind of yeah.
Why
Like that do I know you from somewhere kind of
do
sounds
I know you from somewhere?
or maybe a Blondie sort of homage. Like a Debbie Harry sort of thing.
Why do all the things I say sound like the stupid things I've said before? Kiss me, I'm dying. Put your hand on my skin. I close my eyes. I need to have your protection. I close my eyes. I close your eyes.
Drop.
Do I know you from somewhere?
This one is a little bit too cheesy movie score for me. Like, but it's like it's more dynamic. It definitely is striking me as kind of like the softest one on the album so far.
Why do you leave me wanting more? Why do all the things I say sound like the stupid things I've said before?
Gladiator?
Do I know you from somewhere? Why do you leave me
Sounds like the song that people dance to in a club scene of a Bond movie.
The things I say sound like the stupid things I've said before.
The Raven Blade. That is, or the Matrix.
Touch me, I'm trying. I'm not like this all the time. I'm not like this all the time.
This has been my favorite part of the song.
Put your hand on my skin. Put your hand on my skin. Put your hand on my
Kind of a stinker for what we've heard so far on the album, in my opinion.
skin. Touch me, I'm trying.
Cool drum sounds for sure.
Put your hand on my skin. Put your hand on my skin. I'm not like this all the time. I'm not like this all the time.
Do you think that this one is about a dying parent? Maybe dying with dementia or something? I don't know. I could also be trying too hard to make a connection there. Why do I say the things that almost kind of wrestling? I don't know. I'm struggling to. I don't know. With dementia, okay, in that context, maybe. Skin wasn't my favorite. Nothing really matters. Not to be confused with nothing else mattering. These digitally crazy kind of noises that come in throughout this. It's so interesting. It feels like we're in the middle of a city inside the Matrix or something. It's got this kind of like live inside of digitization sort of sound idea concept. Her mama died when she was very young. I'm sorry. That sucks. I feel like we're about to hear Sandstorm.
When I was very young, nothing really mattered to me but making myself happy.
Okay.
I was the only one.
This is introspective.
Now that I am grown, everything's changed. I'll never be the same because of you. Nothing really matters.
Whoa.
Love is all we need.
What a change up.
Everything I give you all comes back to me. Looking at my life, it's very clear to me. I live so selfishly.
She's really introspective.
I was the only one. I realized.
It looks like written by Madonna and Patrick Leonard. Okay. I gotta give it to her. I really appreciate anybody that can sing so introspectively. I think that, I mean, it takes a lot to do, right? It really it takes actually a lot to be so introspective, and I really appreciate when I see somebody do it in lyricism, especially when you're able to comment on something so big as like nothing, kind of this nihilistic approach to life, right? And recognizing somebody's involvement in your life has made you a little bit less nihilistic, because now something matters. And, that concept of switching from nothing really matters to love is all we need and everything I give you, big thing.
That nobody wins. Something is ending and something begins. Nothing really matters.
You hear the string sound?
Love is all we need.
It's almost like a mellotron, but it's in the 890s, so I doubt it. If anybody could, tell me about the recording process if you know about this. Because I'm interested, because I feel like Pro Tools in 98 is out, but it's very primitive, right? Like renders taking hours and hours and hours to happen, and then if you didn't like what was rendered, you'd have to undo it and try to take over. And then I'm wondering how much live instrumentation is done. Like, did we hire a wrecking crew to come in and play the instrumentation for these compositions? If you have any of that context, please give it to us.
Everything I give you all comes back to
It was made with an unlicensed version of Fruity Loops.
me. Nothing takes the
Oh,
place
I was really following you.
like the future. Nothing makes the darkness go like the light. Your shadow
This piano sound, the layers on this are huge.
give me comfort in your
The jazzy intersections and interludes are amazing. I want to actually start this instrumental over because of this piano sound, this whole jazzy vibe. I see what you did there, Zen dude. I see what you did there. I loved that song. I thought that was wonderful. So we're batting 50. Honestly, batting 500 is way better than I thought I'd be doing on a Nirvana album, guys. Just being as honest as I can be. I feel like walking in without preconceived notions goes a long way. But I also think that I said Nirvana. Dang it. You guys know what? Madonna. Why am I doing that? Why am I calling Nirvana? Why am I calling Madonna Nirvana? This is really maddening to me, but you know what I mean. what I'm getting at, it's maybe Freud was right. I don't think that's the case, but this is who knows? Who knows? What I'm getting at, you'd never, unless it was for a goof. Yeah. I guess I'm just saying, I certainly thought I was going to just dislike her because she was Madonna and she represented a kind of music that I have never identified with because of people that were popular identifying with them. And this is one of those kinds of moments where I'm recognizing the artistry and what it is that she does. Even if it's not conventionally speaking, the way music I like the most is made. About 40 to 50% hit rate is about right for most of her albums leading up to this one too, in your opinion? Okay. That's actually, dude, not bad. Because we listen to some really weird music around here, guys. Like, not many people can just sit down and listen to a 30-minute jam, right? Catacomb Bora, you're right. Springsteen, Madonna, way before Nirvana. Yeah, you're right.
Sky fits heaven, so fly it.
Wow, what a lyric.
That's what the prophet said to me. Child fits mother, so hold your baby tight. That's what my future
Obviously, this is gonna drop now. Kind of a low drop, though. It just comes in with that like 4 on the floor kind of low jam vibe here with the. Honestly, I kind of love this 4 on the floor vibe. The instrumentation is so much more computer soundscapey, almost like Tron, you know?
could see.
The editing here.
Fate fits karma, so use it.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No mo. That's what I'm hearing as I'm hearing this.
That's what the wise man said to me. Love fits virtue, so hold on to the light. That's what our future will be. Traveling down this road, watching the signs as I go. I think I'll follow the sun. Isn't everyone just traveling down their own road, watching the signs as they go? I think I'll follow my heart. It's a very good place to start.
See, the transitions I love so much. That was such a fun little interlude right after It's a Very Good Place to Start. There is such a dynamic to it. It does have a little bit too much of an arpeggiation here that I am getting a little bit of what I call audio fatigue, right? Like where you just hear the same noise repetitiously so much that you're kind of just like, I'm ready for the song to change. When it does change, it almost feels like it changes at a point where she knew that it was fatiguing, and it makes that transition so rewarding. So I almost feel like there is a moment where that had to have been done by the production team intentionally, but I don't always like when those decisions are made.
It's a very good place to start. Traveling down my own road, watching the signs as I go.
I love the uplifting synths there. There's a build happening there. They're gonna quiet it down. These guitar samples or parts, they quieted it down. More of the krautrock kind of vibe. It definitely feels like maybe Bowie's album Low inspired this one a little bit. It also feels like this album has been riddled with a certain texture of like 90s club sounds I've heard maybe. Like a lot of these synth sounds, a lot of these really over the, overly arpeggiated like bass synth sounds. That drum sound is great.
And it's giving, so do it. That's what the gospel said to me. Life it's living, so let your judgments go. That's how our future should be.
She is fundamentally a club kid.
Traveling down this road.
Where's Madonna from? I know nothing about her. New York. Ooh, the slowdown. And then we're back. Dang, I wish they would have let it stay slow. The polyrhythm thing happening there is super tasty. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Again, that one wasn't necessarily for me. This one is Shanti Ashtangi.
Vande Gurunam Charanaravinda Sandarshita Swatma Sukava Bote Nishreyase Jangalikaya Mande Samsara Hala
Can I get some context?
Moha Shantiye Hala Hala Abahu Purushakaram Shankrachakrasi Abahu Purushakaram
Noted.
Shankrachakrasi Taharinam Taharinam Sahasrahasra Shirasam Taharinam Taharinam Sahasrahasra Shirasam Om Shanti.
Madonna began studying East Asian beliefs as well as yoga after the birth of her daughter in 1996. In this song, Madonna performs the traditional Ashtanga opening prayer, which is used during Himalayan yoga classes, over an experimental electronic beat with traces of traditional Indian elements. Thank you, sir.
Om Shanti, 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 Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, oh.
Is all Madonna's is like Madonna's generational stuff like throughout the ages. Like, okay, we're listening to 40-year-old Madonna. If so, this came out in 98. So let's say in 78 she was 20, right? In 78, what kind of music is she making there? Is it more, is she making club music but for 19 and 78? You know, what is like, if she reinvented herself, what kind of stuff was she doing as Madonna? Holiday, celebrate, okay. This one isn't for me. Perhaps all Madonna is necessary Madonna. This one isn't touching me. I'm glad it touches her. Do you feel like she worked hard to curate her image, or do you feel like it just kind of came naturally with her as she was exploring music, kind of the way we would see like Bowie doing so, or Zappa doing so, or, you know, Bob Dylan doing so? I guess I kind of find myself wondering that, because a lot of people don't like the one-trick pony thing. But I mean, perhaps it could also be argued that you have to stay relevant, and to do so, you know, you mix things up. I don't know. I'm kind of wrestling with how I think about this.
Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti Shanti, Shanti Om.
I think I might actually check out another Madonna album, like whatever the biggest, or should be first Madonna album. This has got me interested enough to at least want to do one more. So one more Madonna song album is going to go in the hopper, I think. I've certainly heard a lot of Middle Eastern influenced music kind of like throughout this album. You think it came naturally and she worked very hard. She seemed comfortable exploring new sounds and images, but also probably meticulous about presentation. Okay. This is Frozen. This is the banger of the album, apparently. Golly goodness, 100 million. Frozen is your favorite Madonna song? Okay. Whoa. Sounds a little Primacy meets James Bond.
You only see what your eyes want to see.
Not anymore.
How can life be what you want frozen when your heart's not open.
Okay.
You're so consumed with how much you get. You waste your time with hate and regret. You're broken when your heart's not open. If I could melt your heart.
Is she writing? Do they give her the music and then she writes the words, or does she like work with the team on words and then they get the music?
Never be apart. Give yourself to me.
I don't know that her vocal range is limited. I think it's genuine because I've heard her do a lot of stuff on this album. She can do way more than what we've heard her do, and I'm positive of that. Lest we forget, this is the same voice that sings Holiday. I love these interludes.
And you should know I suffer the same. If I lose you, my heart will be broken.
Die Another Day, that happened, what, 2 years later?
Love is a
Because Die Another Day happened after Tomorrow Never Dies, right? That was a Pierce Brosnan one, right?
bird. She needs to fly. Let all the hurt inside of you die. You're frozen when your heart's not open.
I would like this to go to another level.
Your heart. We'd never be apart.
Dean, that's all. I love what music can do in bringing us to a place. I will say I'm certainly not understanding why this has been the #1 song on the album. Corporate spending. Okay.
You only see what your eyes want to
That was
see.
like the softest interlude on this whole album.
Be what you want it to be. You're frozen when your heart's not open.
It had a music video contribute to the popularity. Okay. Cool drum part.
If I could melt your heart, we'd never be apart. Give yourself to
Kinda Enya core. I've only heard the one song. I do get a little bit of Tom's Diner sort of vibe, like in the a cappella version, but this just runs away with it into an electronic soundscape.
If I could melt your heart, we'd never be.
This is just so repetitive. This has absolutely been kind of an audio fatigue song to me. Yeah, not that one also wasn't my favorite. We've got 4 songs to go. It has been a little while since I've had the, inclination to hit I Like It song. But if Madonna changes her vibe that often, I do want to hear some of the other vibes. We got 4 songs to go, and I got to run an ad. So I will be back, and then we will finish up the album from there. Be right back. All right, guys, we are back and hopping. Sorry, I just ate some milk duds that my wife had. The Power of Goodbye. Let's go. The synthy sounds throughout this album, not at all what I imagined. You guys remember that song Sunscreen? Wear sunscreen. This reminds me of that. It's that 90s soundscape palette.
So I must go. The spell has been broken. I loved you so.
Whoa.
Freedom comes when you learn to let go. Creation comes when you learn to say no. You were my lesson. I had to learn. I was your fortress. You had to burn. Pain is a warning that something's wrong. I pray to
Wow.
God that it won't be long.
Lyrics are hitting hard. The song to me sounds a little cheesy, but the lyrics are definitely hitting hard. Like, I can absolutely place myself in this relationship in the past, not now, right? Like now, I hear this song and I feel so blessed for the relationship I find myself in. So it's crazy what perspective on a song like this does. But I can remember back and thinking to myself, like, man, I don't know that I feel the same way as I did anymore. And so again, when you see this, there's a lot of honesty to it, you know? Written by Madonna and Rick Knowles. Okay.
You were my lesson.
What is your opinion on people songwriting with people? Like, do you think it makes a songwriter any less impressive when they co-write with people? I'm interested. I'm not saying I do or I don't. I'm just interested in your opinion.
I had to learn. I was your fortress. You had to burn. Pain is a warning that something's wrong. I pray to God.
And again, I'm asking knowing that, like, the Grateful Dead and Fish use, like, I just interviewed Tom Marshall, the lyricist of Fish, or one of the lyricists of Fish. So I can understand there is a beautiful collaborative process that happens when bringing a lyricist into the mix. But I'm interested in your perspective on what that collaborative process looks like, and does it become that person's own feelings, or maybe it's like that person is helped channel things. I don't know. I feel like for pop artists, I have to consider a different like rule set with which I consider judging or critiquing music. But I also feel like what my measure of it is completely arbitrary and not at all a worthy friggin' scoring system to decide what is good music or art. So then it just falls on to the way I like it, how I like it, or if it's hitting me in a place where I'm branching out. So I don't know. I'm sitting here thinking and kind of interested in this kind of train of thought that this has got me on.
It won't be long. You wanna go higher.
I always felt bad for John, bad that John had Paul, but George didn't have Paul. Huh.
There's nothing left to try.
Wow.
There's no place left to hide.
No, Eric, dude, Crimson, I'm kind of sitting here thinking the same thing. Like, Gizhenge, dude, that really did say something. That said a lot without saying that much. I gotta ruminate on that.
There's no greater power than the power of goodbye.
Love this guitar sound.
Your heart is not open, so I must go. The spell has been broken. I loved you so.
I have found myself wanting to hear Madonna just send it with some belting or something. Kind of thinking like, pop stars do that, but I haven't heard that. And maybe that's not the pop star she is. I don't know.
My lesson I had to learn. I was your fortress. There's nothing left to lose. There's no more heart to bruise. There's no greater power than the power of goodbye.
I like the timing stuff that she does all throughout the album, but the song is not ringing my bell. On the Bob Dylan comment, I'm going to refrain, though I do find it interesting because you're right. Bob Dylan songs sung by other folks are also very beautiful songs. I love having discussions with you guys about this stuff because, again, you really get the full spectrum. We've listened to so much music together over the course of time that we have such a huge sample size of music with which to call upon. And yeah, there is a little bit of me that is like disgusted by the business of music and hiring a whole bunch of guns to do stuff. With that said, do I get upset at Brian Wilson for what he did with Pet Sounds by hiring the Wrecking Crew? No. He composed that. And he maddeningly demanded that they do their parts to perfection. And he captured something, like in that context, he just used the recording studio as the instrument, but he didn't necessarily play those instruments himself. He just heard them in his brain and had somebody else do them. And I could almost say that is an analog for the same thing on a lyrical context, right? Like, potentially. I mean, Elvis never wrote any of his songs. I don't guess. So, okay, one of his songs.
There's nothing left to try. There's no more places to hide. There's no greater power than the power of goodbye. There's nothing left to lose.
I've sat this whole song sitting here thinking about this, and I think I loved the way that ended more than anything about that song. The Power to Say Goodbye had actually a really wonderful lyrical concept. Was not my favorite. But the conversation that we had during The Power to Say Goodbye, I think is actually what's kind of ringing the strongest to me. The comments on Steely Dan and the comments on Bob Dylan, you know, the comment on Brian Wilson, both lyrically and instrumentally. I mean, guys, I cannot sit here and say Madonna's any different. And I think if I did, I would be approaching a level of musical hypocrisy that I just don't feel comfortable approaching. I'm not saying that this album has moved me. I mean, it definitely feels like there's some killer and a lot of filler to me personally, but it is absolutely more musical than I'd given it credit. And it's like I can recognize the genius in what's happening even if I don't like it, and it's enough for me to want to hear it again or something different from the artist. I also just do kind of want to know what Madonna has in her wheelhouse. Like, I feel like she should be able to belt it out, but I haven't heard her do it yet. Like, I heard her get a little growly and roary in one part of a song. So I want to hear more. For sure, I want to hear more. To have and not to hold. Okay? More of a performer than a musician? Do we agree with that? If the singles collection would be... I feel like you miss the potentially genius undercut ones when you do that. Deep tracks is a really big reason I want to do albums. You know what I mean? Some of the magic is the collection of the entire thing. Did Madonna ever do a concept album or anything? I like the stereo soundscapes here.
To have and not to hold, so hard yet so cold. My heart is in your hand, and yet you never stand close enough for me to have my way. To love but not to hear, to laugh not to weep. Your eyes, they go right through, and yet you never do anything to make me want to stay.
I think I like the bass the best on here. Kind of has a little bit of a jazzy thing, but I'm not really liking any of the other stuff that's getting added into the soundscape.
Like a moth to a flame, only I am to blame. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba, what can I do? Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I go straight to you.
This part's kind of cool.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I've been told you're to have, not to hold.
What?
To look, but not to see.
I don't know if it is. I don't think it's a
To
Baza.
kiss, but never be the object of your desire.
Is it?
I'm walking
it's 4-4.
And to blame. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. What can I do? Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I go straight to
Yeah.
you. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I've been told you're
What's the Ahahu Puru Sakaram mean?
to have, not to hold. You're to have, not to hold. You're to have.
Not English, got it.
Not to hold.
The little electric guitar leads in the back are kind of nice.
Like a moth to a flame, only I am to blame. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. What can I do? Ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
Kind of sounds a little bit like a Santana song or like a I don't know, like maybe a maybe it's not Lenny Kravitz, is it Lenny Kravitz? It's some kind of 90s song.
I go straight to you.
Ricky Martin, Enrique Iglesias, I don't know.
I've been told you're
World
to
beat is generally what this music was called. Got it.
You're to have, not to hold. You're to have, not to hold. You're to have.
I don't know that world beat is necessarily my vibe in this context. I love the electronic, little crazy soundscapey things that happen on top of the acoustic instruments, but it definitely gives me a little. So there's 2 songs left. Of the 13, we're rocking with 3 of them that I'd return to. Sort of bland, lots of stuff. We getting a little energetic banger now?
Never forget who you are, little star.
I like that. Did you? So if you didn't notice, that stereo was ping-ponging. Wee, 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 wee. Hear what I mean?
Never forget how to dream, butterfly.
Okay. About her daughter. Okay.
God gave a present to me, made of flesh and bones. My life, my song. You make my spirit whole.
Kind of a cool bass line, I guess.
Never forget who you are, little star.
I don't know this one's for me either, though. It's a cute concept.
Stars in the sky. Never forget how to dream, butterfly. Never forget where you come from love. You are a treasure to me. You are my star.
There's definitely a bit of a rub to it. Side A was a lot better to me. I agree with you.
Into my broken heart. Never forget who you are, little star.
For her daughter, that's a very good point. Very good point.
Never forget how to dream, butterfly.
I do hope Butterfly and Little Star never forgot how to dream. This has been the best part of the whole thing.
May the angels protect you inside.
Had a little bit of a grow wings and fly kind of vibe from King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
May the angels protect you and sadness forget you, little star. There's no reason to weep, lay your head down to sleep, little star. May goodness surround you, my love, I have found you, little star, shining bright.
Yeah, I mean, which obviously Shanghai and Grow Wings and Fly are kind of adjoined at the hip in their own way by Giz. But to hear this, I didn't think I would walk into a song and be like, hey, that sounds like my favorite band. But certainly not with Madonna. Sounds like soundtrack a little bit for romantic anime.
Never forget how to dream, butterfly. Flying higher than all the birds in the sky. Never forget who you are, little star. Never forget where you come from love.
Yeah, I could see that Dark Water, Gigi. That's 100% an acceptable thing for sure. Yep, Joey's singing this to Fish Amby before letting him go back and getting inked on.
From
Honestly, I kind of liked Little Star. I'm not even going to lie about it. And the last one is Mer Girl. Mer Girl, like a mermaid. It's all on the left here. Really playing with the soundscape, aren't they? This is the last one.
from my house that cannot contain me. From the
Love these
man
synths.
I cannot keep. From my mother who haunts
Little
me.
bit of a, there's a little bit of a dissonance there presented.
Man that I cannot keep.
A little bit of a rub.
From my mother who haunts me, even though she's gone. From my daughter that never sleeps. I ran from the noise and the silence, from the traffic on the streets.
The soundscape here is huge. It's about her mom's death. Ooh. A little bit of a caesura there. In a completely different place. It ends up.
Up to the lake, into the rain that matted my hair and soaked my shoes and skin, hid my tears, hid my fears.
There's a lot of sounds in this. Very literal songwriting at times, for sure. Very day in the life in a moment.
I ran to the forest, I ran to the trees, I ran and I ran, I was looking for me.
Wow. The caesura again.
I ran past the church,
And then we end up at a different spot
in the
again.
crooked old mailbox.
You have this upright bass sound, and it really does just transition into like almost different scenes in a movie.
Past the apple orchards and lady that never talks, up into the hills. I ran to the cemetery and held my breath and thought about your death. I ran to the lake, up into the hills.
There's this like dissonance polyrhythmic thing that's kind of uncomfortable.
And I saw the
Almost like it's dial-up internet.
all the forgotten names. I tasted the rain, I tasted my tears, I cursed the angels, I tasted my fears.
There's that caesura again. There,
And
she has this thing where she kind of does just tell what her experience of grief is, and then just pauses, and then continues her story.
Time gave way beneath my feet, and the earth took me in her arms.
Black Country New Road.
Leaves covered my face and smudged across my back. The black sky opened up, blinding me. I ran to the forest, I ran to the trees, I ran and I ran, I was looking for me. I ran to the lakes and up to the hill. I ran and I ran, I'm looking there still. And I smelled her burning flesh,
Whoa.
her rotting bones,
Oh.
her decay. I ran and I ran, I'm still running away.
What a way to end that one, dude. She really kind of stuck the landing with the way that one went down. I like, and it was kind of a brutal stick to that landing, right? It's like you stick the landing, but you break the ankle. I think that again, the production of the album was exemplary. I loved the musical stuff. Not all the lyrics hit me, and some of it was very, very, very coded in 90s sound textures. But it was a 90s album, right? Like, so I can't necessarily be too upset with that. I found that Madonna was certainly a more talented individual than I thought I ever would have given her credit. The music was not all for me, but it was infinitely better than I'd given than I guess I had expected. And you know, again, while it's not something I would go out of my way to listen to, it's certainly something I could have appreciated much earlier than I did, and definitely got me thinking there's something Madonna has made that I've probably, you know, just would have outright been a fan of, period. The last song hit me at really effective the way the arrangement changed at those breaks. Sibley, I absolutely agree. I think the full stop of the instrumentation really made that part. Not my type of pop, but this was a cathartic listen for me. You know, when you said that your mom had this in the car for so long, I feel like there is catharsis and nostalgia, and sometimes revisiting that nostalgia can be cathartic. So yeah, I could see how that would be. Um, with others that are nice for me. Yeah, this is definitely an album with some killer, but a lot of filler for sure. But I will say it's the album that's got me thinking maybe Madonna deserves another shot. At any rate, guys, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the positivity that you show both to me and to one another. Continue to be the best. And until I see you next, be introspective and consider the birds. Goodbye.